Stop. Right now. There are 30 seconds left before this window closes in the spirit. Don't scroll. Don't move. Don't you dare blink. If you click away right now, you will miss the one message heaven has been trying to get to you for years. I'm not speaking to everybody watching this. I'm speaking to you, the one who's been carrying something heavy, the one who's been fighting alone, the one who whispered a prayer last night that nobody heard except heaven. This is not a random video. This is a classified briefing from the throne room of God. Archangel Michael has been ordered to deliver a verdict in your case. And the verdict just came down. Heaven just announced your victory. The battle over your life, the one that's been crushing you, draining you, stealing your peace, it's over. But you need to hear how it ended before this door shuts. You have seconds. Stay with me. Don't skip. Your heart already knows this is for you. Your body will confirm it, the chills crawling up your spine, the warmth spreading across your chest, the tears you can't explain. That's not emotion. That's heaven knocking. Hold on till the end, my child. What I'm about to tell you will change everything. I see you. I see you sitting there right now, my child, in that quiet house where the walls know more than anyone else does. You fall asleep with the TV on, not because the show is good, but because silence is too loud when you live alone. The remote control sits on the armrest. The phone stays face down on the table, because if it lights up, it's a scam call. And if it doesn't light up at all, that's worse. Your kids are busy. They love you, you know they do, but they're busy. Thanksgiving got smaller this year. Christmas might just be you and a microwave meal. And the friends who used to call, half of them are gone now. The other half forgot. I see the bills stacked on your kitchen table, my beloved. The envelopes you open with shaking hands. Medical bills from a visit 3 months ago. Credit card statements that make your chest tighten. The social security check that used to feel like enough but now disappears in a week. You do math in your head every time you open the fridge. You stretch soup for 3 days. You cut your pills in half and tell yourself it's fine. You tell yourself you're being smart. But late at night, when the fear creeps in, you whisper the question you don't say out loud. What if I outlive my money? What happens if I get sick again? What happens if I fall and nobody finds me? I see the grief you carry like a stone in your chest, my child. You talk to photos now. You say good morning to the empty side of the bed. You walk past their chair, and for a split second, you forget they're not sitting there. Your house has become a museum. Every object a memory, every room an echo. And some days you wonder if anyone would even notice if you were gone. But that's not the worst part, is it? The worst part is the betrayal. Someone you helped, someone you raised, someone you gave everything to turned their back. They smiled in your face and emptied your account. You co-signed when they begged. You gave them your last dollar when you had nothing. And when you needed them, they blocked your number. Family became strangers. And the pain of that cuts deeper than any disease. I see you in your prayer closet too, beloved. On your knees until your joints ache. Praying until your throat is raw. Some days you believe. Some days you don't know what you believe anymore. You've asked God why so many times the question doesn't even have sound anymore. And you feel guilty for doubting. But listen to me closely. You're not weak. You're tired. There's a difference. If this is you, my child, I need you to know something right now. Heaven has been watching. Every single tear, every silent scream, every night you survived when you didn't think you could. God recorded it all. And Archangel Michael just opened the file with your name on it. The battle you've been fighting? It just ended. Not because you gave up, because heaven stepped in. Listen to me carefully, my child. I need you to understand something right now. You are not cursed. You are called. The reason your life has felt like a war is because it was one. Not because you were weak, but because you were strategic territory Let me tell you what heaven sees when it looks at you. The enemy doesn't waste bullets. He doesn't send his strongest forces after nobodies. He only attacks what threatens him. And you, beloved, you have been under sustained assault for years because your existence terrifies the kingdom of darkness. People with small destiny don't face this level of pressure. They don't wake up at 3 a.m. with their chest tight and their mind racing. They don't lose what you've lost, endure what you've endured, carry what you've been forced to carry. But you did, and you're still here. That alone tells me everything. You were born into bloodlines of poverty, addiction, broken marriages, sickness that moved from generation to generation like a curse with a name. But heaven looked down the timeline and marked you. You are the one who would break the pattern. You are the frequency disruptor. That's why you've always felt out of place. Even in your own family, you didn't fit. Your spirit was vibrating at a different frequency than the darkness you were born into. They couldn't understand you because you weren't meant to stay in their reality. You were meant to shatter it. Now, let me show you what really happened during those years you thought you wasted. Those nights you cried yourself to sleep. Those seasons when the money ran out and nobody called. Those moments when you felt forgotten, abandoned, left behind while everyone else seemed to move forward. Heaven was training your spirit. You were learning compassion in the valleys they'll never walk through. You were developing endurance in fires they'll never survive. You were sharpening discernment in battles they'll never even see. What the world calls your wasted years, heaven calls your war years. And every single one of them won you stripes in the spirit. You think you're behind? No, my child. You're ahead. You've already been through what's coming for them. You've already survived what would break most people in half. And that's why the victory heaven just announced over your life carries so much weight. Because you didn't just endure. You became. You became the warrior your family needed but didn't recognize. You became the intercessor standing in the gap for people who will never thank you. You became the curse breaker, the cycle ender, the generational deliverance. Hear me now. You are not the leftover. You are the linchpin. You are not the forgotten child. You are the chosen one in your bloodline. And the reason it's been so hard is because the assignment on your life is so large. But that assignment just shifted. The training phase is over. The warfare season has closed. Heaven looked at your record, saw that you passed every test, even the ones you thought you failed, and declared you ready. Ready for vindication. Ready for restoration. Ready for the life you were always meant to live. The battle is over, beloved. And you won. Listen closely, my child. In the spirit realm, there is a courtroom. And your file has been sitting on the desk of the Almighty Judge for longer than you know. Every tear you cried in secret, recorded. Every time you forgave when you had every right to retaliate, documented. Every time you held your tongue when the lie was right there on the tip of it, evidence presented in your favor. Every time you gave, when you had almost nothing left, heaven took note. You thought nobody saw. You thought your kindness was wasted. You thought your faithfulness went unnoticed. But heaven keeps perfect records. And today, the gavel has come down. I, Michael, the Archangel of the Lord, have been standing over your bed when you thought you were alone in the dark. I've blocked accidents you never saw coming, heart attacks that were scheduled cancelled, bad deals that would have destroyed you redirected before you ever signed the paper. Betrayals that were planned in secret. I stood between you and the trap. You didn't know, but I was there. And now the order has been given from the throne. The command is clear. Announce the verdict. So hear me now, beloved. The warfare season over your life is officially closed. Heaven has ruled. Enough. No more unchecked attacks on your peace. No more cycles where you win a little and lose it all by Friday. No more enemies circling your name in rooms you'll never sit in. The main war over your destiny has been won in your favor. Now listen, this doesn't mean life becomes perfect. You'll still have hard days. You'll still face challenges, but the war that was trying to erase you, the battle that was designed to break your spirit and destroy your bloodline, that one is done, finished, sealed. And there's more. Those who lied on your name, heaven sees them. Those who stole from you and smiled in your face, their day is coming. Those who made profit out of your pain, who built their comfort on your suffering, they now have to face what they sowed. But hear me clearly, my child. You don't have to curse them. You don't have to chase them down. You don't have to expose them on social media or drag their name through the dirt. Heaven will handle what you cannot. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. Your job is not to be the judge. Your job is to be the healed survivor. So right now, wherever you are, breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Release the fist you didn't even know you were making. You've been carrying the weight of being both the victim and the vigilante. But heaven has taken the case. The verdict is in. The battle is over. And you, my beloved, you are free to rest now. Free to laugh again without waiting for the other shoe to drop. Free to love again without expecting betrayal. Free to dream again without fear that it'll all come crashing down. Because the Judge of all the earth has spoken over your life, and when he speaks, nothing can reverse it. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Isaiah 54:17. Not anymore. Not ever again. The war is over, my child. And you won. Listen to me closely, my child. Something is shifting in the spirit right now. I see a calendar flipping not backward, but forward. I see a clock resetting, not to punish you, but to restore you. Heaven is resetting your timeline. The years the locust ate, the years you thought were wasted, stolen, lost, they are not gone. They are being redeemed in a different form. You won't get your youth back, but you will get something better, dignity in your finish. Now, hear this carefully. The financial drought you've been living under is breaking, not with a lottery ticket, not with some fantasy windfall, but with real miracles that fit your life. A back paycheck you stopped expecting, a debt forgiven without explanation, a discount that doesn't make sense, someone covering your rent when you didn't know who to call, a side opportunity that fits your age, your strength, your schedule. You will start to see small streams become a river, a refund here, a favor there. Help arriving exactly when you need it. Watch for it, beloved. It's already in motion. And your body, listen, your body may be tired. You may not move like you did at 25, but heaven is granting you something more valuable than youth. Strength on the days you need it. Rest on the days you don't. Energy when your grandchild needs you. Clarity when a decision must be made. Endurance when the storm tries one more time. You are not falling apart. You are being refined. And here's what the enemy doesn't want you to know. You are not done. If you were done, you wouldn't be breathing. Your gray hair is not a burden, it is a crown. Your wrinkles are not weakness, they are witness. You have survived what others only talk about. And now, in this new season, you will be a quiet lighthouse. Not loud, not famous, but effective. Through your prayers, lives will shift. Through your words, hearts will soften. Through your presence, hope will return to rooms that felt dead. You don't need a platform. You need obedience. And heaven is about to show you exactly where to stand. Now, my child, I need you to pay attention. In the next few days, maybe even tonight, watch for these signs. A phone call out of nowhere from someone you haven't heard from in years. A message that gives you clarity you've been begging for. Repeating numbers, 111, 444, 777 numbers that keep showing up. A dream so vivid you wake up with your heart pounding, knowing it wasn't just your mind. These are not coincidences. These are breadcrumbs from heaven saying, yes, I meant what I said. Don't dismiss them. Don't shrug them off. Write them down. Mark the dates. Because you are stepping into a season where God is speaking directly to you, not through someone else's testimony, not through someone else's breakthrough. This one is yours. The battle tried to convince you that you were forgotten. It lead. Heaven never stopped watching. And now the page is turning. The old chapter, the one filled with loss, confusion, and endless waiting, is closing. The new chapter is not about going back. It's about going higher, with less noise, with more peace, with clarity you haven't felt in decades. This is your elevation, my beloved, not because you're perfect, but because you stayed, and that faithfulness just unlocked a door the enemy thought he had sealed forever. So lift your head, straighten your shoulders, take a breath that isn't laced with fear, because the war is over, and the victory is yours. Now listen close, my child, because this is where most people miss it. They get the promise, they feel the breakthrough, they sense heaven moving, and then they go right back to the same habits that kept them locked in the old cycle. You don't want to do that, not after everything you survived. So, let me give you 5 instructions, simple, clear, but powerful enough to anchor this victory into your everyday life. First instruction: guard your mouth and your thoughts. Stop calling yourself broke. Stop saying you're too old. Stop whispering that you're unlucky, washed up, or forgotten. Those words aren't just negative thoughts. They're agreements with the enemy. And every time you speak them, you're rebuilding the prison heaven just demolished. Replace them, right now, out loud if you can. Say this: I am provided for. I am still here for a reason. Heaven is not finished with me. Every morning before your feet hit the floor, speak one sentence of blessing over your own life. Just one. Watch what happens when you do. Second instruction: release the grudges. You don't have to pretend it didn't hurt. You don't have to call them up and act like everything's fine. But you do have to stop carrying what they did like it's a badge of honor. Holding on to bitterness is like drinking poison and waiting for them to die. It doesn't work that way. Here's a simple prayer. Say it with me right now. God, I hand you what they did. I refuse to let their betrayal become my identity. I let it go. And beloved, listen. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It unlocks your hands so you can receive what's coming. You can't hold grudges and blessings at the same time. Third instruction: obey the small nudges. When you feel that gentle whisper in your spirit, call this person, check your mail, apply for that thing you thought was too good for you. Don't argue with it. Don't say, that's silly, that won't work, I'll do it later. Later is a graveyard for miracles. I've seen it 100 times. A simple phone call leads to an unexpected opportunity. A random conversation at the grocery store opens a door nobody saw coming. That's how heaven works. Small obedience, big result. Fourth instruction: steward what you have. Clean the little you've got. Organize the small space you're living in. Treat your current finances with respect, even if it's just a few dollars. Why? Because order in the natural invites order in the spiritual. Heaven doesn't pour new wine into dirty cups. When you honor what's already in your hands, you're telling God, I'm ready for more. Fifth instruction: stay connected to life. Don't isolate. I know you're tired. I know people have hurt you. I know it feels safer to be alone. But the enemy loves lonely rooms. Heaven loves shared tables. One church friend, one neighbor, one online community where people speak hope instead of despair. Stay plugged into living voices, because isolation is where doubt grows loudest. And you didn't survive this much to let doubt talk you out of your victory now. You are not powerless, my beloved child. You are not at the mercy of your past. You have a part to play in this victory, a real part, a daily part. These 5 instructions aren't suggestions, they're the roadmap. Follow them and you'll walk straight into everything heaven just released over your life. Ignore them and you'll wonder why the breakthrough felt so close but never fully landed. The choice is yours, but I'm telling you right now you didn't come this far to stay stuck. So guard your mouth, release the grudges, obey the nudges, steward what you have, and stay connected. Do that, and watch heaven move in ways that'll leave you breathless. You are back at another 30 seconds. But this time, it's not about whether you scroll. It's about whether you respond. Heaven has announced your victory, my child. The battle is over. The verdict has been spoken. But you have to agree with it. You have to let your mouth catch up with what your spirit already knows. So right now, before you do anything else, I want you to do something that might feel small, but carries the weight of eternity. Go to the comments. Type these words. I receive my victory. Or if those words feel too big right now, type, the battle is over. That's not just typing. That is you signing your name on heaven's decree. That is you stepping into agreement with what Archangel Michael just declared over your life. When you write it, something breaks in the atmosphere. The old cycle loses its grip. The delay loses its authority. And heaven says, good, now we can move. And listen, if someone's face just flashed through your mind, someone who's been carrying the same weight you've been carrying, don't ignore that. That's not coincidence. That's heaven trying to reach another weary heart through you. Share this message with them. You're not just sharing a video, you're delivering a verdict. You're acting as heaven's courier, carrying a word that could save someone's life tonight. That's ministry, beloved. That's you participating in the victory that was just announced over you. Now here's what I need you to understand. This message found you because you've been tuned to a frequency most people can't hear anymore. The frequency of faith when everything looks finished. The frequency of hope when logic says give up. Don't drift back into the old noise now. Stay connected. Subscribe to this channel. Stay close, because the next word is going to unlock specific instructions for your finances and your health in this new season. This was the announcement. The next message will be the strategy. And you don't want to miss it, because what's coming isn't just relief. It's restoration. It's not just survival. It's abundance you didn't even know how to ask for. Before you go, let me pray over you. Right now, as you hear these words, I speak peace over your sleep tonight. No more tossing. No more rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Tonight, you rest like someone whose war is over. I speak ease over your finances. The pressure that's been choking you, it's breaking. Unexpected provision is already moving toward you, and it won't make sense when it arrives, but you'll know it came from heaven. I speak protection over your mind. The voices that have been lying to you, telling you it's too late, telling you you're forgotten, those voices lose their power right now. You will wake up tomorrow with a clarity you haven't felt in years. And I speak divine surprises over the next 7 days. Things you stopped praying for because you thought the window closed. Heaven's about to reopen what you thought was sealed forever. You're going to look back at this moment and say, that's when everything shifted. This was the verdict, my beloved child. The next message will be the strategy. Don't miss it. And one more thing before you go. The battle is over. Now live like it.